Okay, so for this assignment, we're going to do some experimenting, and I don't know how this is going to work, and I'm curious about your thoughts. We're going to use AI, and everyone's new in this, and we're still learning how to use it. So this is for part of your final portfolio. You'll need a teaching, learning, and technology statement. Now, this will probably change a bit by the end of the course, but I want you to get a solid first start on this. So the first thing I want you to do, and what I did is I highlighted the things I want you to write under. So you'll need, if you're using the Google Doc, you'll need to make a copy because you can't edit the template. So you can make a copy, save it in your own drive, rename it whatever you want, and work from there. So the first thing to do is reflect on these questions. And so I want you to go through, you don't have to answer every question, but kind of write your own thoughts. And this is just sloppy writing. It's just pre-writing. It doesn't need to be good at all. It's just to get yourself to just write and write, and you don't need to do anything else. So I think learning is, I'm just looking, what is learning? How do we know? Learning is making connections between things. And I know we've learned when we can, etc. Okay, so this should be quite a bit of pre-writing. The other thing you can do is you can actually audio record your own talking. So you're welcome to do that as well. And then I just ask that you put a link or put a link to your audio recording here. And then you're going to use these to write a statement, 2 to 4 sentences maximum. This is really important. It's harder to write something short than long, so I really want you to synthesize what you wrote into a new statement. So maybe it is, learning is about making connections, and teaching is designing opportunities for learners to make these connections. Teachers can use technology, technology to help students access resources or whatever, right? So that's my first draft. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go to this CustomGPT, and you might have to create a ChatGPT account to do this. So that's good to do anyway, so you're just going to do it. And so what you're going to do is just maybe start with this first part, help me write a statement on teaching, learning, and technology. We're going to kind of start fresh. So it's going to kind of help you walk through, what do you think teaching is? What does teaching mean to you? What's the role? How do you see yourself? What are your thoughts? Teaching is designing environments that help students learn, right? And then it'll say, that's great. You focus on teacher as a designer of learning. What kinds of environments do you think are most effective? So it's going to really give you a lot of questions to help you think deeper and deeper about things. Now, one thing to remember is it's really easy to assume that everything it says is right, but it's not. You have to keep your brain on and keep doing your own thinking as you go. In fact, at the very end, can you evaluate this statement? You can also start a new chat and do it, and I'm just going to write this. I'm just going to copy this part of it just to show you. And it knows the criteria for the assignment. So it'll go through and it'll kind of do this. And it'll give you some feedback on it. And then it says, strengthening, you might consider expanding on how technology could be used. Now, I didn't even say how technology could be used. So it kind of put that in there. So even when it gives you feedback, it can be helpful, but it doesn't mean that it's exactly correct. It might still just be making up things. So it's just important to keep thinking about that and saying, is that true or not? But it's material, it's stuff you can use to think with. And that's what I think is valuable. So after you do this, I want you to share this. So you're going to share the chat. And every once in a while, this does not work. But if you can, create a link. And just because I'm curious about seeing what these chats look like. So you're going to write your refined statement here. And then you can just share a link. If that doesn't work, what you can do is just go here and just highlight all this and copy it and paste it. Control C on a PC is Control C, then Control V, right? So it'll kind of be like that. So, and then I want you to answer these reflection questions. And there are not right or wrong answers. Like I said, this is an experiment. So I'm really curious to see how it works for you, if it works. I'm researching how we can use AI for teaching and learning, what the limitations and possibilities are. So this is kind of helping us all talk and think about this. All right. I hope that makes sense and have fun.